I was reading my Bible the other day, and this passage just jumped out at me. And of course, I know the reason why it jumped out at me is because I have been going through a little bit of a rough spot. We've been going through a season of trials in our lives. And when I read this, I thought, you know what? This is for me today. And so, ladies, I'm joining you. I'm sharing with you, why are you crying? Because I needed it, and so I wondered if you'd need it too. This is the passage I read, Numbers 13, 27 through 28. And they told him and said, we came unto the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. They had brought a big bunch of grapes back, and they were gigantic. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. Now, of course, the children of Anak were giants. They're big people. And whenever the spies came back and told the people about this, all the people, they said they got scared about it. They said, I don't know. This is a fearful thing. And some of the, 10 were bad and 2 were good. Anybody that knows that song? Well, the 10 of them were saying, no, we can't go. Even though it's a great land, they got these big fruit and all that, we can't go. Well, then Numbers 13, 30 and 31, and Caleb stilled the people before Moses. He said, stop being so upset. And he said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. But the men that went up with him said, we be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we are. So we had this two sides talking. Caleb is saying, yes, we can. And the other men were saying, no, we can't. And this is where I got so confused, because I thought, these people are being, they're being fearful. And I started scolding the people because they're fearful, because I already knew the end of the story. I knew they were going to conquer Jericho. I'd read that in the Bible. And I knew that they were going to be victorious when they conquered the land. So I started being critical, and I thought, that's terrible that I did that. Because then I read in Numbers 14, verses 1 and 2, and all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. They cried that night because they were so afraid of going into the promised land because of all the bad report that they'd heard. And verse 2, it says that all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, and the whole congregation said unto him, would God that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would God we had died in the wilderness? I mean, they got so fearful about what was going to happen that they started saying, I wish we'd died back in Egypt. Then they even said in verse 4, and they said one to another, let us make a captain, and let us return unto Egypt. They wanted to go back to the days where they were slaves. The thing that they'd been begging God to deliver them from, they asked to go back to it because they were so fearful. Now, can I tell you this? I've been going through such a hard time that I felt like I could be fearful. I've been very fearful about these hard times. And I've wondered, how am I going to make it? How am I going to, how is anything going to work? But I found myself saying, you know what? I don't need to be worried about how this is going to work. I need to ask God for strength. See, that's what you need. If these people would have said, we don't think we can do it, but if God will go with us and he'll give us strength, we can do it. And of course, we already know the end of the story in this situation. But I thought of this verse, Proverbs 24:10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. You know what that says? It says, you're weak if you're going to faint whenever things get hard. And Ephesians 3:13, 16, wherefore I desire that ye faint not at my tribulations for you, which is your glory. For this cause I bow my knees unto the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, of whom the whole family in heaven and earth is named, that he would grant you, according to the riches of his glory, to be strengthened with might by his Spirit in the inner man. So, ladies, why cry when you can just depend on him and get your strength from him? Do you feel like fainting? Do you feel like going and crying somewhere because things are so bad? Don't cry. Ask God for strength and let him strengthen your inner man to help you make it through whatever hard time you're going. Hey, I hope you relate to me. I went away from this thinking, hey, I can do this. I can make it. And I can trust him more to help me through this. And you can too. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice.